All the T-sister wives Kody Brown, Meri Brown, Janelle Brown, Christine Brown and Robyn Brown spilled. Sister Wives stars Kody Brown, Meri Brown, Janelle Brown, Christine Brown and Robyn Brown really did have something great. But after 3 failed marriages, what's left is a lot of finger-pointing. Perhaps, as Kody Brown once claimed, love is meant to be multiplied. But it's also the reason the Sister Wives patriarch's family was divided. Because in order for plural marriage to be successful, the father of 18 opined during the TLC series' 19th season, you can't have ridiculous, inconvenient, consuming, can't live without each other love. Or, as the 56-year-old put it during the final episode June 18th, polygamy doesn't work if you're going to actually fall in love. And he and Robyn Brown, the divorced mother of 3 he began courting and eventually wed 2 decades after marrying Meri Brown, Janelle Brown and Christine Brown, fell in love hard, Kody acknowledged. Hard. He instantly noticed a marked difference from how he felt about his first 3 spouses, he admitted, but had no intentions of shifting away from it. But Kody did recognize he was taking a risk by exchanging clado rings with his 4th wife. As he reflected on the show, I'm sitting there with my journal going, God, what's going on? I'm already in love. I already have 3 wives. Starting in late 2021, Christine, then Janelle, then Meri announced their splits from the former salesman, leaving Robyn as his sole wife. And in the aftermath, Kody lashed out. Robyn mourned the end of her plural family dreams and all 3 of his exes attempted to explain exactly what went wrong, admitting that the issues with their shared husband went back decades. Meri detailed all the ways she felt abandoned by the man she fell for at age 19. Christine accused him of being very greedy and Janelle dubbed her ex inherently selfish, stopping just short of labeling him a narcissist because I am not qualified to diagnose him, but I guess everybody will have to decide. As for Kody, who claimed at multiple points that he never loved his first 3 brides, I get defensive, he admitted of how he handled the situation. I wouldn't have started out being mean to any of them. But when they left, they got mean. I was counterpunching. And the resulting boxing match was fierce. We tallied up all the jabs, hooks, and uppercuts delivered. Meri Brown says Kody Brown gave her hope for their marriage. Kody Brown insisted he was ready to divide himself from first wife Meri Brown shortly after their 1990 vows. But he led me to believe that he would work on things by saying, "Oh Meri, when we move to Flagstaff, this will be a good time to have a new beginning for us," Meri shared in the September 15th premiere, referencing their 2018 move. Like he led me to believe those things. This is what he's done for many, many years. Her main gripe, she shared, is his lack of communication and how he really felt and what he really wanted or what he really didn't want in the story that he's been telling for all these years. And while Kody acknowledged that there may have been mixed messages, it was only because as he started to work on things, I'm like, why would I do this, he explained. I would not court and date her now. Either way, Meri's friends were thrilled when she finally pulled the plug in early 2023. They're like, okay, we're here for you, we're supporting you. And it's about damn time, she confessed. Blinders off, she now feels that he had been trying to get her to walk away for years by insisting he didn't love her, because if he can push me out and I leave, he's not the bad guy because he didn't walk away. Kody Brown wanted to sell Coyote Pass. Years after the family purchased the 14-acre plot of land they planned to build on in Flagstaff, Arizona, Kody confessed in the season premiere that he was ready to let the dream wither. Unable to build without paying off the full $820,000 price tag, which the family reportedly did in 2023, he told remaining wife Robyn Brown, I'd almost rather scrap it or sell it and then just start again somewhere else. As for Robyn, I can't talk about that, she responded. That is so not where I'm at. Janelle Brown left Kody Brown for this reason. While second wife Janelle Brown previously told E! News, we just kind of started to grow apart. Ultimately it was Kody's lapses as a parent to some of their kids that pushed her to leave. The big spark for me was when his relationship broke down with my children and he didn't seem like he would move heaven and earth to fix it, explained the mom to Logan Brown, Madison Brown Brush, Hunter Brown, Garrison Brown, Gabriel Brown, and Savannah Brown. And I thought, okay, that was what was really holding me here. Even when Kody broached the idea of reconciling in the November 3rd episode, it was a non-negotiable for Janelle. I don't know how I would ever reconcile with him and have him not have a relationship with my kids, she said. No, I'm going to always choose my kids. Kody Brown feels he's been excommunicated from his own family. That was the explanation Kody gave for not working harder to mend the rifts he was experiencing with several of his adult children. I don't fit in the family anymore, he griped in the September 15th episode. Noting he was still fully married to Robyn and parenting their 5 kids together, Dayton Brown, Aurora Brown, Brianna Brown, Solomon Brown, and Ariella Brown, he added, and then I have some relationship with some of the other kids and it's infrequent. And so I'm like, what do I do with all of this? It doesn't feel like a family. Robyn Brown and Kody Brown's marriage was on shaky ground. Despite being truly monogamous for the first time in their 14-year union, we're probably doing the worst we've ever done in our marriage, Robyn confessed in the season 19 premiere. It's been tough between us. He doesn't know who to blame, himself or one of the other wives. Kody's feeling a lot of rejection and so I think he's kind of looking at me going, are you going to reject me too? As a result, she revealed, I'm on my toes. I'm having to consistently make sure that he is not sabotaging our relationship. The hardest part, she summed up, there's no resource to help with the idea that I'm still married to a man who's going through divorces. Kody, meanwhile, was having a crisis of confidence, sharing, I can't look myself in the mirror and say, hey, dude. I love you. For Robyn, it was a struggle to watch her former sister wives embrace their new era. They're all moving on, she noted in the October 27th episode. I feel like the idiot that got left behind. Madison Brush isn't speaking to her dad. Add Janelle's eldest daughter Madison to the list of kids Kody doesn't currently have a relationship with. I know that Maddie has not had any conversations with her dad, Janelle explained during the premiere. He's not called, she's not called him, and she doesn't have any relationship with Robyn. She's pretty much written them both off. At issue, said Janelle, is Kody having a half-hearted relationship with Maddie's kids Axel, Evangeline and Josephine. She doesn't really want him to have any contact unless he can commit to it. As a result, Janelle shared in the September 22nd episode, Kody did sort of cut off communication with Maddie and her husband Caleb Brush, whose sister was married to Kody's brother, when the family started to really dissolve. With Kody not visiting or calling, Maddie has been mama bear to the extreme, added Janelle. She has felt like until he can be consistent and show up and not be dramatic that she feels like it's probably better if they don't know about him. And while Robyn noted she's been encouraging Kody to reach out and mend things, she said, I think the kids should be doing the same thing, too. For now, though, Kody doesn't seem ready to repair the rift, griping that every time he spoke to his daughter, it was a fish for gossip and I got tired of it. Kody Brown once claimed he never loved Meri Brown. Love is meant to be multiplied, not subtracted. And yet Kody admitted he did just that with his previous claims that he never loved his ex-wives. It's more of like a knee-jerk reaction, he said during the June 15th one-on-one special, insisting he was reeling from them trashing him. I was deep in the throes of reactionary vitriol for the past 3 years. Which is why, he said, he alluded to Meri that he never truly loved her while they were spending their anniversary together. Recounting the conversation to a pal in a September 2024 episode, Meri insisted she knew he loved her. But if he didn't, the mom to Leon Brown said in a confessional, why did he ever propose? When a single young man meets a single young woman, why would he choose to marry her and just affirm and force love for her when he didn't love her, she wondered. How cruel is that? To pick me out of a crowd and just be like, I pick you to try to force myself to love for the next 32 years? Kody's response, he shared in his own confessional, oh, Meri has her little accusations now. Though, he would share that they never enjoyed a honeymoon period. This marriage was on the rocks the entire marriage, he insisted on the October 20th episode. And how would I know that? Because I had such a better relationship with Janelle, with Christine, with Robyn. But he stayed out of fear, noting, leadership will never allow you to marry again if you're discarding wives. Janelle Brown threatened legal action against Kody Brown. Though she was undecided on if she'd like to build on Coyote Pass or simply sell it off, Janelle noted that step one was paying off the Arizona property. And with Kody unwilling to talk to her about the situation, I think I'm going to have to lawyer up, she confessed to former sister wife Christine Brown in the September 22 episode. Because I think that's the only way I'm ever going to get any kind of decision out of him. And Janelle acknowledged that without a legal marriage to Kody, I really have no legal rights to make any kind of claim on Kody's property. As she put it, it's not like I'm just calling a lawyer and saying I need to divorce this person. No, it's really complicated because there's no legal marriage. Kody Brown supposedly divulged private information to his other wives. Kody's explanation for not talking with Janelle about their Arizona property is that he no longer trusted her. We will pay off the property when the time comes, he insisted in a confessional during the September 22 episode, and I'm not giving you any details about what I'm doing or whatever because I'm tired of disclosing information that goes through the gossip mill of our broken family. A bit of a pot calling the kettle black, Janelle said in her own interview. He leaks like a sieve, she shared. He told me stuff about his other relationships and his other wives that I was like, I don't think you're supposed to be telling me that. Family money paid for Robyn Brown's house. Back when the family's love was still multiplying rather than dividing, they used to pool their money into one pot. We would use all the resources to help one person, then we would all rally to support the other person, Janelle explained on the September 22 episode. That's how it always worked until the last 10 years or so. And all of a sudden it's been about my estate and everyone needs their own estate. So when Robyn was in need of a home in Arizona, they all pitched in to buy her $1.65 million 5-bedroom spread, which was listed for sale this past August. The intention was that it would be an asset for the family, said Robyn. But when Janelle suggested that they all put their names on the mortgage, she was rebuffed. Kody was like, no, we need to protect Robyn's estate, Janelle recalled. So now that she's extricating herself from the family, continued Janelle, she'd like her portion of the Coyote Pass proceeds and I'd like to recoup some of the money I put into Robyn's house. But that could be a tough sell. We were working together for so long, noted Robyn. And with Janelle saying she's owed money from them, Robyn added, it's like, how do you calculate? How do you figure that out? It's so confusing. Janelle Brown questioned how Kody Brown handled the family money. Griping about the family's inability to pay off Coyote Pass, Janelle said Kody claimed to have all these other debts. And, yet, she's watched him snap up other assets like trailers and home decor. I see all the art on their walls, she said of Robyn and Kody's home. I see all these things. And that's fine, I have money and I've spent it on things, too. For his part, Kody said much of his cash went to buying cars, basically had a fleet, and insurance for the kids. And while Janelle acknowledged she wasn't sure how Kody and Robyn handled their finances, I used to always be surprised at how nice her backyard was. It was completely finished. And there was always, like, stuff at her house. And I was like, wow. Huh. Bottom line, she said, he doesn't prioritize what I need or what I want. And that issue eventually wore her down. I think after a while, I began to see it, and my kids were getting very angry about it, like my adult children. Like, what the hell, Mom? Robyn's take, however, was that she was very careful with her budget after her first marriage fell apart. I used to be not so great with money, she shared during the September 22 episode. When I was young, I had hard knocks, and then I learned during my divorce really how to budget myself very, very well. As for her fellow sister wives, she said, you just must have had a different priority of where your money was going to go than I did, that's all. Janelle Brown and Christine Brown Woolley see their kids as the core group of the family. At the moment, Janelle acknowledged in the September 22 episode, while she and Christine, a mom to Aspen Brown, Michael T. Brown Padron, Paydon Brown, Gwendolyn Brown, Isabel Brown and Truly Brown, get together with their broods, there's no contact, really, with Meri or Robyn or Kody. I don't really foresee that's going to change much. Kody Brown thinks his wives leaving hurt his relationship with the kids. Calling their setup with 4 homes on one cul-de-sac during their stretch in Las Vegas the best time of my life, Kody said. Everything was going along smoothly and Maddie and Caleb were around and it was great having them around. And I loved Caleb. He was definitely like family. But things started to fall apart in Arizona as they clashed over coronavirus-related precautions. Then when his marriages fell apart, he said, his bonds with the kids followed. It just made all those relationships go sour. But Christine insisted there were issues well before she announced she was leaving in late 2021. All the kids that were frustrated way before I left, she said on the September 22 episode. My leaving didn't change his kids' relationship with him. Kody can still fix his relationships with his children. Though it'll definitely take some work. I'm so angry about how I've been treated that I haven't gotten past that, Kody explained. Here's the thing is I'm not willing to take blame for things that my wife or ex-wife is sitting there telling them that I did. I hope the time comes when the contempt will subside. We'll be able to find forgiveness and love again. Kody Brown said his marriage to Meri Brown was miserable. Kody revealed he and Meri didn't know each other all that well when they wed both spiritually and legally at the age of 21 and 19, respectively. They eventually filed for divorce in 2014 so Kody could legally adopt Robyn's 3 eldest children from her first marriage. When we got married, she was very different and I think just there's some baggage that Meri had that I didn't know about, Kody explained. Initially, I felt like I could live with it. Claiming that everything was a fight, he said, I can't live in a world where she is constantly angry at me. Yet, he was unable to leave. A man, in plural marriage, said Kody, if he wants to stay faithful and in the faith, he cannot request a divorce. It's not allowed. So I was not able to get out of that relationship. At the same time, I didn't necessarily want out of the relationship. I wanted to know if we could save and fix it. Hence the mixed messages, he acknowledged of Meri thinking they would work everything out. But, every time they were together, continued Kody, she wasn't nice, she wasn't fun, she wasn't kind, she wasn't interesting. I'm trying to be curious with her and I'm bored. To be fair, he added, he could see why Meri felt abandoned, but I didn't kick me out. Christine, Janelle and Meri all chose to have me leave the home. Kody Brown didn't agree with Meri Brown wanting a spiritual divorce. Though Janelle and Christine felt they didn't need to divorce Kody because their marriage was never legal, Meri asked their church for an official separation, called a release, in late 2022. When each of us 4 ladies married Kody, it was through our church, she explained in the September 22 episode. Obviously we can't all be legally married, but it was what we called a covenant. So I feel like it's best to terminate that because we're not moving forward with any marriage and I don't want to be, like, sealed to him for eternity if he doesn't want me. And I'm at a place that, like, let's just separate this completely. Kody was resistant to the idea, she added, not wanting to acknowledge the authority of the church leaders. The damage was done so badly that we're not going to reconcile no matter what, Kody explained of his stance. And so however, we are made accountable to God, I don't want to be accountable to this church and all their BS. So I'm going to let Meri go and do her thing because if I'm angry at her it becomes a fight. And I needed her just to go away because it just took forever for her to finally realize it's been done and over for years. Many of Kody Brown's kids aren't speaking to each other. A text message discussion over a 2021 holiday gift exchange turned particularly ugly for the 18 Brown offspring. It all went bad, it all went south, detailed Christine. Kody and Robyn and their kids were on one side and they wanted nothing to do with Janelle, me, our kids. And there was a split that happened after this text thread. Robyn's take was that her 3 older kids felt the exchange was emotionally unsafe and said they needed to take a step back from the relationship. But it was never anything about, "We don't want to see you again, we don't want anything to do with you," she insisted. It was just about, like, "Hey, this got yucky." For his part, Gabriel is hoping that they could find their way back to each other. "The thing I want most is to just have a relationship with Robyn's children again," he confessed in the October 13th episode. "In middle school, Aurora was my favorite person to hang out with. And in high school, I would always try to hit Dayton up. But I'm not hopeful for a relationship with Dad and Robyn." Robyn Brown's kids never felt welcomed into the family. "I have been told directly, multiple circumstances by multiple different people, that I was not accepted." Aurora insisted of coming into the family when her mom wed Kody in 2010, "that I was not their sister, that they didn't consider or see me that way." And her sister Brianna said she felt the parents could have done a better job with, connecting us as a family, and it never really happened. But Christine isn't sure how they could have opened their arms any wider. "Robyn's kids and Robyn were invited to everything," she insisted. "I would just say, just come into the house."